Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Ken Carnage. Welcome back to Capital Carnage. All right, so in continuing with our look at the Bill of Rights onto Amendment 3, and if you've made it with me through Amendments 1 and Amendments 2, then what that essentially tells me is that you are someone who actually cares about our Constitution and wants to learn, or by that same token, someone who already understands the importance of our Constitution, or perhaps you're just somebody who can stand to listen, to the interpretation of another, whether you agree or not, without losing your mind. That being said, the Third Amendment is about as straightforward as you can get. It says, no soldier shall in time of peace be quartered in any house without the consent of the owner, nor in time of war, but in a manner prescribed by law. So essentially, now this is something that we have not had to worry about in well over 100 years. This is not since the last time a war was actually fought on our soil has this even been a question. But at the time that the founding fathers wrote this, governments forcing citizens to house soldiers in their homes, that was actually a common practice. That was a common practice that the British used all the time. That's why it's in here. That's why they thought to put it in here, was because the British actually forced American colonists to house British soldiers in their homes and feed them and whatnot, and take care of them. You'll notice that every one of these inalienable rights that the founding fathers are acknowledging are ones that the British tried to take away from them, and that's how they knew that, hey, we have to make sure that we can't allow government to take these things away from the people. Things like our right to religion, our right to speech, our right to defend ourselves, and our right to have our home be our home and no one be allowed in it unless we say so. And that's essentially what this boils down to. The government cannot tell you, hey, you have to be fiscally responsible for this soldier. Now, they are allowed to say, will you house this soldier? And then you get to say yes or no. But they cannot tell you, you have to house this soldier. They can't do that. Nor should they be able to. So, that's about it with the Third Amendment. Part of the reason why we don't hear about the Third Amendment all that often is it's not one. It's not one that really gets touched on in today's modern, in modern life in this country. That doesn't make it any less important. It's always important to know your rights and know what the government is not supposed to be able to do to you. And so it's important to know, but no, it does not have the same controversy swirling around it like our First and our Second, and so on and so forth. So, or our Fourth for that matter. Next week's show on the Fourth Amendment that'll have some meat to it for sure. But in the meantime, that is the Third Amendment. I'll say it one more time for you. No soldier shall, in time of peace, be quartered in any house without the consent of owner, nor in time of war, but in manner prescribed by law. And as I said, that's about it. This was a nice short one for you this week, short and sweet. As I said, next week will be the Fourth Amendment. There'll be a lot more meat on the bone for that one. I appreciate you guys staying with me through this. If you are enjoying these, please, like, subscribe. That way you'll know when whenever I post. I'm trying to get through the Bill of Rights here, and once we get through the Bill of Rights, that's when we're going to start tackling some current events and whatnot. And there are some things that I'm seeing going on right now that part of me would love to talk about, and then at the same time, part of me is glad that I'm still on the Bill of Rights, and that way I don't have to talk about these idiotic happenings that are going on. Dear God. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I am Ken Carnage. And until next time, see this Patchum, Parabellum.